Imagine this. By the time you're 80 years old, you might have lost half of the muscle mass you had when you were younger. It's a harsh reality, but it's one that affects millions of seniors worldwide. This condition, called sarcopenia, is not just about looking frail. It's a disease that steals the independence of many elderly people, leaving them unable to do simple tasks like getting out of a chair or climbing stairs. And it doesn't stop there. Weak muscles are a major cause of falls, and each year, more than 300,000 seniors are hospitalized due to fall-related injuries. Now here's the kicker. Research from the Journal of Physiology has shown that severe muscle loss isn't inevitable. In fact, some seniors in their 70s and 80s manage to maintain the strength, function, and even the appearance of someone decades younger. These seniors not only manage to stay independent, but can often surpass people half their age on strength tests. They're still climbing mountains, playing sports, and enjoying life to the fullest. So, what's their secret? Studies from the Mayo Clinic and Harvard Medical School reveal habits that can significantly delay or even reverse age-related muscle loss. The problem is 93% of seniors have no idea what these habits are, and most doctors don't share this life-changing information with their patients. In this video, we're going to explore some of the most powerful habits that can help you maintain muscle strength well into your 80s and even beyond. Oh, and before we dive in, where are you watching from? Drop your city in the comments below. I love seeing where you're all tuning in from. New York? Tokyo, Sydney, or maybe a tiny town I've never heard of. Either way, let me know. And hey, if you're enjoying this already, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Let's keep this going. 1. Hormetic stress. When we think of stress, we often think of something negative, right? But there's a type of stress that, when applied in moderation, can actually be good for you, especially when it comes to maintaining muscle strength as you age. This is known as hormetic stress. Hormesis is the phenomenon where a small amount of something harmful can actually have beneficial effects. It's like how a little bit of exposure to the sun helps your body produce vitamin D, but too much sun can be harmful. The same concept applies to temperature changes. For example, brief exposure to cold, like taking a cold shower or jumping into an ice bath for a few seconds, can activate something called brown fat. Brown fat helps burn calories and supports muscle preservation. Studies have shown that cold exposure triggers the release of adiponectin, a hormone that prevents muscle breakdown. Try ending your showers with 30-60 seconds of cold water. If you're feeling adventurous, take a quick dip in a cold plunge pool. It might be uncomfortable at first, but your muscles will thank you. On the flip side, heat can also be a hormetic stressor. Regular use of saunas has been shown to reduce muscle loss by up to 40%. A Finnish study found that people who used saunas 4 to 7 times per week experienced less muscle loss compared to those who didn't use saunas at all. 2. Protein timing. When we think about building muscle, we often focus on the amount of protein we consume. After all, protein is the building block of muscle, and without enough of it, we won't be able to repair or grow muscle tissue. But there's an important detail many people overlook. Timing matters. Specifically, when you eat your protein can be just as important as how much you eat, especially as we age. As we get older, our bodies begin to lose some of their efficiency when it comes to processing protein. This phenomenon is called anabolic resistance, which essentially means that our muscles don't respond as well to the protein we consume as they did when we were younger. For seniors, this means that loading up on a massive amount of protein at one meal, like a large steak at dinner, might not be the most effective strategy for muscle building. In fact, it could lead to wasted potential for muscle growth. Let's look at a practical example. Imagine you're a senior who enjoys a hearty, protein-packed dinner, say, a large steak. While this is certainly a good source of protein, you may be missing out on a better way to maximize muscle growth. If you're only consuming protein during one large meal, your muscles aren't getting the consistent supply of amino acids they need throughout the day to maintain and grow. That's where protein timing comes in. Instead of consuming all of your protein at once, the best strategy is to spread your intake evenly throughout the day. Research suggests that seniors who distribute their protein intake across 3 to 4 meals experience greater muscle protein synthesis. Here's how you can implement this concept in your daily routine. Start your day with a protein-rich breakfast. Instead of a light meal, opt for something like scrambled eggs, Greek yogurt, or a smoothie with protein powder, oats, and fruit. These options are not only packed with protein, but also offer other nutrients like healthy fats and fiber, which support overall health. For lunch, try incorporating lean meats like chicken breast, turkey, or fish. Alternatively, for a plant-based option, beans, lentils, or tofu are excellent protein-rich foods that will help sustain your energy levels and keep your muscles fueled throughout the day. Dinner should include another dose of 25–30 grams of protein. Again, it doesn't have to be a huge steak, but rather a balanced serving of fish, poultry, or even plant-based proteins like quinoa or edamame. The reason why protein timing is so important, especially for seniors, comes down to how our muscles respond to protein. When you eat protein, your body breaks it down into amino acids, which are the building blocks for muscle tissue. By spacing out your protein intake, you ensure that your muscles get a steady supply of amino acids over time, rather than a single large dose that might not be fully utilized. Additionally, consuming protein throughout the day helps support muscle recovery, keeping your energy levels up and helping to maintain lean muscle mass. 6. Vitamin D, often referred to as the muscle vitamin, for a good reason. It plays a crucial role in muscle function and strength by helping regulate calcium absorption and supporting neuromuscular coordination. Without enough vitamin D, the body struggles to maintain optimal muscle function. In fact, research shows that over 80% of seniors are deficient in vitamin D, which leads to more than just weakened bones. It directly impacts muscle health as well. Let's consider this example. Imagine you're a senior who spends most of their time indoors. Perhaps you're working from home, or you're in a retirement community where most activities are indoors. You might think that muscle weakness and discomfort are just part of aging, but they could very well be symptoms of vitamin D deficiency. With lower vitamin D levels, your body can't absorb calcium efficiently, which leads to weaker muscles that are more prone to injury. According to a study from Harvard, seniors with higher vitamin D levels have muscles that are 25% stronger than those who have insufficient levels. This isn't just a small difference, it's significant enough to affect your balance, flexibility, and overall ability to move around safely. In fact, seniors with optimal vitamin D levels are less likely to experience falls and fractures, which are common in older age. So how can we boost our vitamin D intake? The first and most natural approach is to spend time outdoors in the sun. The skin produces vitamin D when exposed to sunlight, but this process becomes less efficient as we age. For seniors, especially those who live in areas with limited sunlight or spend most of their time inside, it's important to consider supplementation. Research suggests that taking between 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D daily is beneficial for most people over 60. In addition to supplements, certain foods can help boost vitamin D levels. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are excellent sources of this essential vitamin. Egg yolks and fortified dairy products, such as milk and orange juice, can also contribute to your daily intake. For those who prefer plant-based options, fortified plant milks and cereals can provide additional support. A simple change, like incorporating more vitamin D-rich foods into your diet or taking a supplement, could help significantly improve your muscle health, reduce injury risk, and maintain your independence as you age. Don't forget, though, that combining both outdoor sun exposure and a balanced diet is the most natural and effective way to optimize your vitamin D levels. 4. Managing inflammation. As we age, our bodies experience a gradual increase in chronic low-grade inflammation, often referred to as inflammaging. This inflammation is a silent accelerant of muscle loss, making it more difficult to maintain strength and function. The good news is that inflammation is something we can manage with simple lifestyle changes that do not require expensive treatments or complex routines. Imagine you're someone in your 60s and you notice that your muscles are becoming weaker, even with regular exercise. You may also feel more fatigued than usual or experience stiffness in your joints. This could be due to the effects of inflammaging, a condition where the body's natural inflammation levels become chronic and start attacking healthy tissue, including muscle cells. This process speeds up muscle loss and makes it harder for you to build or retain muscle mass. One of the most effective ways to combat inflammaging is through sleep. Research shows that poor sleep quality and insufficient rest can trigger the production of inflammatory cytokines in the body. These are molecules that promote inflammation and contribute to muscle breakdown. In fact, inadequate sleep can directly hinder muscle recovery after exercise and accelerate the aging process. So, what's the solution? Make sleep a priority. Establishing a regular sleep schedule where you go to bed and wake up at the same time every day can help regulate your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. Ensuring your bedroom is as dark as possible is also key. Light exposure can disrupt the production of melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep deeply. Consider investing in blackout curtains or using a sleep mask if you're sensitive to light. Besides sleep, a diet rich in anti-inflammatory foods can also make a huge difference. Plant-based foods like leafy greens, berries, and nuts are packed with antioxidants that help reduce oxidative stress, which is a major contributor to inflammation. Additionally, omega-3 fatty acids found in fatty fish like salmon and in supplements are known to have powerful anti-inflammatory effects. Omega-3s can even improve muscle strength in older adults by counteracting the effects of inflammation. Fermented foods such as yogurt, kefir, kimchi, and sauerkraut also play a role in reducing inflammation. These foods support gut health by providing probiotics that balance your gut microbiome, which in turn influences inflammation levels throughout the body. A healthy gut is closely tied to a balanced immune response, which can reduce the chronic inflammation seen in inflammaging. To sum it up, managing inflammation is one of the most effective ways to preserve muscle mass and strength as we age. 5. Essential micronutrients. When we talk about nutrition, the conversation often revolves around macronutrients like protein, fats, and carbohydrates. While these are undoubtedly essential for fueling our bodies, we can't overlook the significance of micronutrients, those small but mighty elements that keep our muscles functioning at their best. Micronutrients, though needed in smaller quantities, play a huge role in muscle health, and a deficiency in any one of them can have significant effects on our body's performance. One such micronutrient that is vital for muscle health is magnesium. Magnesium is involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, many of which are crucial for muscle function. It helps regulate muscle contraction and relaxation, nerve function, and protein synthesis. Unfortunately, more than 70% of older adults are deficient in magnesium, which can lead to muscle cramps, weakness, and even fatigue. So, if you're an older adult struggling with muscle strength, magnesium deficiency might be part of the issue. Let's consider a practical example. Imagine you've been feeling unusually fatigued during your workouts or even while performing everyday tasks. You might chalk it up to aging, but magnesium deficiency could be playing a role. One of the simplest ways to boost your magnesium levels is by adding magnesium-rich foods to your diet. Leafy greens like spinach and kale, nuts and seeds, especially almonds and pumpkin seeds, and even dark chocolate are great sources of magnesium. These foods are not only delicious, but also packed with other essential nutrients that support overall muscle health. If you're unable to get enough magnesium through food, supplements are an option. Magnesium citrate or magnesium glycinate are two highly bioavailable forms of magnesium that can be found in most health stores. A daily supplement of 200–400 mg of magnesium could help restore your muscle strength, improve sleep, and reduce muscle cramps. But magnesium isn't the only essential micronutrient for muscle health. Another supplement that's widely known for its muscle-boosting effects is creatine. Creatine, commonly associated with bodybuilders and athletes, is actually just as beneficial for older adults. It helps increase muscle mass, enhance muscle strength, and even improve cognitive function. For seniors, creatine can help prevent muscle loss that typically occurs with age, making it easier to maintain independence and mobility. You might be wondering, is creatine just for the gym? The answer is no. Creatine is a naturally occurring compound in the body, and supplementing with 3 to 5 grams a day can help support muscle strength and endurance, even if you're not lifting heavy weights. Creatine has been shown to improve not just physical strength, but also cognitive function, which is why it's gaining attention as a supplement for brain health in older adults. Incorporating these micronutrients into your routine, whether through diet or supplementation, can make a huge difference in maintaining muscle strength and function. Magnesium for muscle relaxation and nerve function, and creatine for overall muscle mass and cognitive support are both simple yet effective ways to support your muscle health as you age. 6. Neuromuscular connections. Our muscles don't work in isolation. They need constant communication with the brain to function effectively. As we age, the connection between the nervous system and our muscles naturally weakens. This can make it harder to move smoothly and efficiently, contributing to the decline in muscle strength and balance that many seniors experience. However, the good news is that you can work to strengthen these neuromuscular connections and improve muscle function with targeted exercises. Let's break it down with a real-life example. Picture an older adult who has begun to notice that their movements are a bit slower or less coordinated. They may feel like they're losing agility, and simple tasks like getting up from a chair or walking down the stairs become more challenging. The reason behind this is often the weakening of neuromuscular connections, which results in slower and less precise movements. But here's where you can make a change. Research has shown that coordination-based exercises are one of the best ways to restore and strengthen neuromuscular connections. Activities that challenge both the body and the mind help improve communication between the muscles and the brain, making movements more fluid and controlled. For example, Tai Chi, an ancient Chinese martial art known for its slow, deliberate movements, has been shown to enhance neuromuscular function in older adults. Tai Chi helps increase balance, flexibility, and muscle strength by improving coordination between the nervous system and the muscles. Dancing is another excellent way to boost neuromuscular connections. Whether you're taking a dance class or just moving to your favorite tunes at home, dancing requires your brain to send complex signals to your muscles, improving your ability to coordinate your movements. For instance, learning a new dance routine involves memorizing steps, coordinating your arms and legs, and staying in rhythm, all of which strengthen the communication between your brain and muscles. Even playing sports like tennis, badminton, or pickleball can have similar benefits. These activities require agility, quick reflexes, and muscle coordination, all of which challenge your neuromuscular system. What's more, these activities are fun and social, which makes it easier to stick with them long term. The key takeaway here is that to maintain and improve muscle strength, it's not just about lifting weights or doing resistance training. It's also about engaging in activities that require coordination and brain-muscle communication. Whether it's Tai Chi, dancing, or playing sports, these exercises help create a strong link between the nervous system and your muscles, allowing you to move with greater efficiency and ease as you age. 7. Resistance training. When it comes to maintaining muscle strength as we age, resistance training is truly the hero of the story. It's often referred to as the most powerful anti-aging drug because it is the key to preserving muscle mass and preventing the natural decline that occurs as we get older. Unlike cardio exercises that primarily focus on endurance and heart health, resistance training, which involves lifting weights or using resistance bands, is specifically designed to strengthen muscles. But here's where it gets interesting. You don't need to spend hours at the gym to see benefits. The muscle fibers are stressed, and in response, they rebuild stronger during recovery. This process can continue for up to 72 hours after your workout. Let's put this into a practical example. Imagine you're a senior just getting started with resistance training. Instead of focusing on hours of long, slow exercises, you're focusing on short bursts of high-intensity workouts. For example, you might begin with a set of squats using dumbbells, where you lift a challenging weight for 8 to 12 reps, rest briefly, and then repeat. The trick is to ensure that by the last repetition, your muscles are fatigued. If you can do more than 12 reps with ease, the weight isn't heavy enough, and your muscles won't be stimulated to grow. This is what makes resistance training so effective. It doesn't require long sessions, but the intensity of each session leads to lasting muscle growth. It's like putting money into a savings account. Each time you challenge your muscles, you're building a stronger foundation that pays off in the long term. Moreover, resistance training doesn't just help with muscle mass. It also improves joint stability, bone density, and overall mobility. For seniors, this means more than just looking toned. It means reducing the risk of falls, maintaining independence in daily activities, and improving overall quality of life. A study by the American College of Sports Medicine found that resistance training also boosts cognitive function, which is especially valuable as we age. Stronger muscles mean stronger bones, and stronger bones mean better protection against fractures. It's worth mentioning that you don't need to start with heavy weights. Begin with lighter weights or even resistance bands and focus on proper form. As you progress, you can gradually increase the weight to continue challenging your muscles. Just be sure to listen to your body and avoid pushing yourself to the point of injury. Now, you might be thinking, I'm too old for weightlifting, or I've never worked out like that before. But resistance training is adaptable to all fitness levels, and the benefits can be felt even if you start slowly and build up over time. Many seniors start with very light weights or bodyweight exercises like squats, lunges, or push-ups, and progress at their own pace. Consider someone in their 70s who has never lifted weights but begins with light dumbbell exercises and resistance bands at home. After just a few weeks, they notice that they can stand up from a chair more easily, carry groceries without feeling winded, and even enjoy longer walks without feeling fatigued. Their muscles are stronger, their bones are more resilient, and they feel more energized overall. Resistance training isn't about lifting the heaviest weights. It's about making progress and maintaining strength over time. So how do you get started? If you're new to resistance training, start with 1 or 2 sessions a week and focus on major muscle groups, legs, back, chest, and arms. As you get comfortable, you can increase the frequency and intensity. It's also helpful to work with a trainer, even briefly, to ensure you're using the right form and targeting the right muscles. So what's the takeaway? Start with one habit, such as incorporating resistance training into your routine, and as you get comfortable, add more. Over time, these habits will add up, and the effort you put in today will pay off in the long run. Your future self will thank you. Are you already practicing any of these habits? Which one surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to share this video with someone who could benefit from these insights. Thank you so much for watching. Here's to a strong, independent future. Your muscles and your body will thank you for it.